Hotep, Black Power, your brother Shaka saying Kofa here again. I hope that you enjoyed last night's dedication and homage that I paid to the ancestors last night. The responses that I have received were enormous in terms of how people were spiritually energized and made that connection with the ancestors, and not just only the ancestors, the people that are still here, and the spiritual African energy that it provided that was much needed and long overdue in terms of that form. So I give thanks to everyone who tuned in. Anybody that will listen in the future. As always, I give honor to the ancestors and the Creator for providing this day, for providing energy to make this videotape manifest, and I also give honor to you, the people, black people, my people that I so dearly love, and am very compassionate in my mission to assist in the liberation and salvation of our people. I still hear people still affected by this Trump situation, and I find it kind of senseless to even think like that. Like it's not like that. It's not like you were liberated and you're going back into slavery. This is just another extension of what's been going on. And Obama didn't do anything for you. I mean, I look at, I saw a picture the other day. They had a picture of Dr. King, Malcolm X, and Obama in the middle. And I was about ready to throw up, because it's no way he can be compared on a level of a Dr. King or Malcolm X by any means. This man was not for liberation and salvation of black people. And I'll give you an example. When the shooting took place in Dallas, the Sandy Hook shooting, the Orlando shooting, he went to in the Sandy Hook shooting, he went to the parents' house personally. The Orlando shooting, he went to these people personally. The Dallas shooting, he went to these people personally. But when Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, Freddie Gray, Michael Brown, none of them weren't even, Obama didn't even give their families phone calls. But yet, I guess he couldn't do that either, because that's the excuse you all use, you Negroes use. Oh, he can't do that. But everybody else can do what they want, but he can't do anything. You mean to tell me he couldn't make a phone call? And that's part of the politics. See, and you all voting for some, the voting has never done us any good. If you look at the whole political structure, everybody in the Supreme Court are millionaires. Everybody in Congress are millionaires. Everybody in the political arena are millionaires, and then you have your select Negroes that they have chosen to make them give them a certain amount of wealth. So the object of voting for them is to keep what they have and not lose what they have acquired. That's why the NAACP or none of those type of Negro organizations do not assist black people when it comes to situations such as police terrorism, which I don't expect them to do anything anyway, because here it is. It was funded by and created by two brothers, two white so-called imposter Jews, Arthur Spengler and his brother that created the NAACP back in the early 1900s, and here it is 2016, and they still calling themselves colored people. So that lets you know the status and the mindset of that organization. And Black Lives Matter is just an extension of the NAACP, funded by George Soros, a white drug lord in America, and the board of directors are black and white lesbians and homosexuals, and now, black, at first it was no justice, no peace, and all this shit. Now it's, hands up, don't shoot, all these old negative connotations, all these old passive, I can't breathe, all these begging the slave master type connotations, and we wonder why we cannot move forward. We wonder why there's no progress within the black community. That why liberation and salvation is always put on the back burner, because what they do is dangle money in front of you Negroes. And I had a conversation by way of Facebook with a brother today, talking about, we were discussing how, and I'm surprised at some of these brothers, man, that I broke bread with, and, we bang together in terms of fighting for liberation and salvation. And now that money comes into play, and the whole mindset and the whole format changes. And that just let me know that was the mission from the beginning, to look for an avenue to go down where you can benefit off of the people, because that's all Sharpton and the rest of them do. Black leadership is a business. It's a hustle to them, because they're not going to do nothing for you for free. I'll give you an example of how they fuck the Gardner family around. And what Sharpton do, the National Asshole Network, and what they do when it's a black atrocity, such as these albinoid demons, when they take the life of one of our people, the naive and the green, they call Sharpton in Jackson. Sharpton comes, and this is the deal. He puts $10,000 up for the funeral, provided. And you have to sign a form, an agreement, a contractual agreement that you only can talk to the press live for like a minute, maybe 2 minutes max, and then they take over. Sharpton brings his lawyers in, and so finally, and then the National Asshole Network's banner has to be placed where the public can see it via the media and news. So, and when it's all said and done, and then he speaks, he assigns, they may let the family pastor, they may let him speak for a few minutes, and then the Sharpton gang comes in. So finally, when all that's said and done, and the wrongful death lawsuit, when the money comes in, the attorneys get 33%. So those are Sharpton's attorneys. So Sharpton's getting 30, probably half of the 33%, and then he gets his cut off the remaining 66%. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a $6 million wrongful death lawsuit settlement, the family may get probably about $1 million. 1.5 million, and Sharpton walks off with about 4 million. And they hustle these niggas, and they hustle the black people, they hustle the poor, and this is what they do. Black leadership is a business. Michael Eric Dyson, who wrote the first Tupac book, Tupac's body was still warm when he started writing the book, in which he didn't know Tupac personally. But when he went to Afeni, and caught Afeni in the grips of an emotional meltdown, She went on and agreed and told him to write the book because she didn't know that Tupac was going to be so iconic later in the latter years. And he wrote the book and got paid without even really knowing Tupac, based on, going around in South Central getting different opinions and from different people that actually knew Tupac, because it's a hustle to him, but he didn't, Afeni didn't know, about how Eric Michael Dyson, Cornel West, Tavis Smiley, when they did that documentary, traveling all over the HBCUs, that when Eric Michael Dyson was getting on the plane at the airport, that he had all these, 9 and 10-inch dildos in his suitcase. So him, Tavis Smiley, and Cornel West, sword fighting in these hotel rooms and shit. And if you want to know the meaning of sword fighting, ask somebody that has street knowledge. They'll put you down with that. However, those are just some of the things that's part of the oppression that's coming from people that look like us. So I have serious issues with those situations, and that's one thing that I'm going to do. See, I'm not going to sit and talk like I'm talking to a bunch of fucking fags at Harvard, a bunch of white fags at Harvard. The people that I'm talking to are the common people, the average people. That's just like, you may get somebody to say, it's too much cursing and all and this type of shit. Like you didn't grow up in the hood. That you didn't hear this type of language growing up. You didn't hear this type of language in school. You didn't hear this type of language in the streets. Now all of a sudden, your ears can't bear this. But your eyes and ears can bear watching Empire. Your eyes and ears can bear watching Power. You see what I'm saying? Your eyes and ears can bear watching all this homosexual, lesbian-based, fag type hip hop, slutted out motherfucking musical genre and programs that you see on TV. You can, your eyes can stomach when football players, when he catch a pass, he, damn near finger pop his ass, smacking him on his motherfucking butt. You know what I'm saying? You can stomach that shit. But you have a problem with some little mild profanity. Whether it's mild profanity, it's profanity. It doesn't even make any difference. That's just like if a car's coming, you don't see the car coming, and I tell you, there's a car coming approximately 40 miles an hour. Actually, it's 10 miles or approximately 10 or 15 miles past the speed limit that is actually supposed to be going down this residential street. If you don't move approximately 45 to 50 feet to about 45 degrees to the north, there's a possibility that it may be an impactful situation where this vehicle might collide with your collarbone or your hip bone, which will lead to you having a replacement and rush to the nearest hospital, which is about 1.7 miles from here, the shock trauma area. That's where you'll be going. Or you want me to say, grab you and say, get the fuck out the way before you get ran over. And look where the fuck you going. And so, we've gotten so sensitized to our own people, but yet we can tolerate everybody else. Whatever anybody else can slam down the pipe, we can accept. And that's just another form of self-hatred. And a lot of y'all say, you actually don't think self-hatred doesn't apply to you. But it applies to the ones who think it doesn't apply to them more than the ones who don't even know that they have it. Because you're so engulfed in your path of so-called being so self-righteous. You see what I'm saying? That you become over judgmental. You no longer are going to, now that you become saved in the fucking church, you no longer going to, help the people out of the light, with the cups, begging for change, begging for food. You're no longer going to help them because you're going to make an excuse to not help them. But you have a pocket full of money, your stomach is full, but but you're supposed to be so self-righteous. And especially people, who have recovered, from years and years of substance abuse, and has basically done the same thing, but just in a different form. Especially, a lot of you may not have been at the traffic like bagging, but a lot of you guys have been cowards and stole from your family because you're too scared to go to jail and go on the store and take something. So you'll steal from your family. That it'll be a 90% chance that they won't call the police on your motherfucking ass and have you prosecuted. And see, that's some coward ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So, these people that have given up a life of drugs and alcohol have become so. A lot of you, not all of you, a lot of you become so motherfucking self-righteous. That you walk on water now, but you forgot how much of a fucking tramp, hobo, bum, convict, thieving, motherfucking lying piece of shit that you were before you decided to change. Actually, it's not really changing. All you're doing is going back to how you used to be before you got engaged into that particular lifestyle, which is based on issues. It was something that was bothering you that you didn't want to share with nobody, that you held on, that was so overwhelming that the only thing that could give you some comfort and relief was a fucking blast of crack or a motherfucking drink or some weed or some motherfucking heroin. And that's for everybody. Nobody doesn't wake up and say, well, you've been taught about saying no to drugs and you've seen what drugs and alcohol, how damaging it has been to a lot of individuals in the black community. And you mean to tell me that you don't have any issues? You just woke up one morning and say, I'm going to be a motherfucking dope fiend. That's bullshit. That's straight bullshit. And once again, people who think like that still haven't dealt with that particular issue that led to the user in the beginning. But enough of that. I'm going to get off of that shit. Because some of us will change. Some of us will be open. Some of us will be receptive. And a lot of us, we got the answer to cancer. We're not open to nothing. Because, nobody can tell us anything. And, once again, like this money piece. And if money's supposed to be the root of all evil, then why does the church, always ask for it? If it's supposed to be the root of all evil, if this money's supposed to be evil, then why does the church, press you out for this evil every Sunday, 3-4 times, on Sunday, three or four different collections on Sunday, and then some of them like Creflo Dollar, they get so caught up in the hustle and the bleeding of the blacks that they even say they would actually take the lives of people that don't pay tithes to them. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna let you listen to a clip of Creflo's Dollar shit.
Built a dome. I wanted to put some of those little moving bars and give everybody a little card. They stick it in a little computer slot. And if they were tithing, beautiful music would go off. And, welcome, welcome, welcome to the World Dome. But if they were non-tithers, the bar would lock up, the red and blue lights would start going, the siren would go off, and a voice would go throughout the entire dome. Crook, 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 crook. Security would go and apprehend them, and once we got them all together, we'd line them up in the front and pass out Uzis by the ushers. We point our Uzis right at all those non-tithing members because we want God to come to church. And at the count of 3 Jesuses, we'd shoot them all dead.
Yeah, see, and shit like that, and they so caught up and so addicted to bleeding the community and hustling the community, because there's nothing spiritual about these people, and he's not the only one. Eddie Long, all of them was doing the same thing, and then a lot of them, that was, popping little boys in the A's, So, this black leadership shit is just it's a business, it's a hustle, and the primary commodity is the people, the green, naive people, the people that are politically ignorant, socially ignorant, because this is about social engineering as well. For those who understand what social engineering